Nearly 44 years after President Jimmy Carter left the nation's capital in humbling defeat, the 39th President of the United States has returned to Washington for 3 days of state funeral rites.
President Carter's remains left the Carter Center here in Atlanta early this afternoon. 11 Alive's Faith Jesse is in Washington, D.C. for us tonight. We've been following his final journey to Washington all day. Faith, what can you tell us about what's going on right now?
Well, I can tell you it's been a beautiful day into a beautiful evening. Folks gathered behind me. I'm taking a look here. It's at least a couple hundred extending back down 2nd Street here. We're on East Capitol and 2nd. The entrance where those who want to pay their respects will come in about an hour here to say their final farewell to President Carter. It was a beautiful day. As we all know, these celebrations of life, the remembrances started in planes, made their way to Atlanta. And then just after 2 o'clock today, former President Carter, his remains, his family, they landed at Joint Base Andrews. They were greeted there by a 21-gun salute, a beautiful ceremony, before transitioning over the motorcade going to the Navy Memorial, a very significant place, a place that was actually signed into law by President Carter after Congress approved it. President Carter was a former Navy member himself. He was actually the only president to graduate from the Naval Academy, serving there in the Navy until, of course, his father passed away. He went back home to Plains to take over the family business. But after that beautiful ceremony that we saw at the Naval Academy, then we saw, I would say, one of the most iconic moments of this entire day. His casket transferred to the horse carriage and walked down Pennsylvania Avenue, reminiscent of what we saw when he was inaugurated. He and his wife, Rosalind, they decided they were not going to go into a limousine. Instead, they want to go by foot and walk and greet the people, something that has become a tradition today. So we saw that horse carriage come to where we are here at the Capitol. We saw his grandchildren act as honorary palm bearers, bringing his casket to that rotunda for that memorable service that we all just witnessed there. Part of that service, we did see Vice President Kamala Harris give a eulogy, and during her message, she spoke about remembering President Carter as a little girl, remembering her mother speaking about him, something that so many people also relate to. Let's listen in.
So I was in middle school when Jimmy Carter was elected president, and I vividly recall how my mother admired him, how much she admired his strength of character, his honesty, his integrity, his work ethic, and determination.
And we also spoke with Senator Raphael Warnock, who was also there for that service. We spoke with him earlier today, or Cheryl Preheim did, and he spoke on Carter's legacy as well. Take a listen.
I think you look at somebody like Jimmy Carter and you realize that in the end, good wins. Good wins, that it's right to do right, kindness, justice, mercy, truth. I think those virtues still matter. And, you know, there's been a lot made of the fact that he lived to be 100, but you can live 100 years and never do anything for anybody. Jimmy Carter didn't just live to 100, he taught us how to give 100.
And as we all know, Jimmy Carter was a Democrat. You're hearing from a lot of Democrats right now with my live hit. But it's also important to note that this was a bipartisan effort, people coming together from both sides of the aisle. Notably there, we saw Mike Johnson, House Speaker, as well as Senator John Thune. And so many people saying that this moment, especially as we're coming in time from a 4-year anniversary of January 6th, not long away from inauguration inauguration of a new president coming in. This is a moment, a lot of people telling me that it is a time for the nation to pause, to put differences aside, and to come together to not only celebrate his life, but think how we can move together as a country moving forward, reaching across the aisle as Jimmy Carter did. After the lying in state tonight, that will continue until tomorrow. And then on Thursday, we are going to see dignitaries from all over the nation, all over the world come together for a national funeral held at the National Cathedral. Then there will be a flight back to Georgia, back to Plains, where it all started, where he will take his final resting place.